On September 5th, 2017, Ford released a car commercial advertising its newest car. However, it wasn't just any advertisement. They decided to dig deep and spice up this ad to appeal towards a younger demographic. What did they use? I'll spell it out for you. A-N-I-M-E.
There's Sagittarius, Libra, the constellation of the new Ford Fusion. Oh, I just love it so much.
Why?
Before Henry Ford died, his last words to his remaining family were in fact, and I quote, "None of that weed garbage." Yet they didn't listen and created what can only be described as a nostalgic fever dream. This was Ford's attempt to gain brownie points from us, the youngest, most handsome generation of them all. That's right, never drop your crown, kings and queens. And whether it was malicious or merely just a single dude at the conference who thought anime and cars was a good combination and everyone just went through with it, well, we'll never know. It was projected that this commercial costed $500,000 to make, which is about maybe 2 Honda Civics. And what were the profits, you may ask? 1 single car sold. The Ford building was in flames. Everyone was in a panic and frenzy. People were abandoning ship. They thought their plan was foolproof. No one saw this coming. Well,
except for the entire world.
You see, Ford made 2 critical mistakes that they never accounted for when making this advertisement. 1. They used anime. 2. They used anime. Advertising cars to the anime community is like Burger King posting meme culture on Twitter. And look where they're at now. Looking at this ad, it makes me wonder if they put any thought into this commercial and if targeting a niche community would bring any monetary profits. When you target any audience to consume your product, what's one thing that you have to make sure they have? I'll give you a hint. Raise your hand if you have less than $100 in your bank account. Now tell me, can you buy this? Anime community equals broke MFs is what we can learn from this. That's why if you want to advertise products towards the anime community, it has to be reasonable. Something probably less than $30,000, that's for sure. And I'm going to share a couple of my favorite anime advertisements. This video is timestamped, so jump around if you like. Don't worry, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I still love you. If there's one thing the Japanese do right, it's probably their chocolate. If you're familiar with Japanese prefectures, Hokkaido, which is farther up north, is known for their milk and dairy products. And if you're not a homo sapien like myself, you can probably connect 2 and 2 together. You can put that rich milk into that chocolate, baby. For scientific purposes, I had to check this out for myself, and I bought these off of Amazon. If chocolate was crack, then I was an addict from the very beginning. I'm buying the entire stock. It seemed Japan was on its A game when it came to chocolate. All they had to do was advertise this premium chocolate to the masses, make the customers happy, and make the crusty, money-hungry old dudes happy. It was perhaps the easiest plan to initiate.
Okay, who did this? You know this isn't right. And I demand answers.
On October 5th, 2020, Snickers collabed with Dr. Stone to create a 28-second ad. And boy, let me tell you, I got questions. The advertisement starts off with Senku finding a comedian that apparently only has 2 pictures on Google. Then he proceeds to take a perfectly wrapped Snickers out of his bag and literally thrusts it into this guy's mouth. Dude has no hesitation. He knew exactly what he was doing. The only thing you need to know is that Dr. Stone takes place 3,000 years in the future, in a world with no technology. And the fact that he's holding a Snickers, that's right, makes it canon. Now there's 2 ways Senku could have obtained that Snicker. It was either crafted perfectly by Senku's big brain, or the other option that I want to really believe is correct. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a 3,000-year-old Snicker. A 3,000-year-old Snicker that he found and thrusted into this poor guy's mouth. And he proceeds to eat it once he's unpetrified. Dude's first food in 3,000 years was a 3,000-year-old candy bar.
Good job, Japan. It's cursed, but it made my day.
Ramen, the quintessential item for every broke college student starter pack. If someone walks up to you and said that they never eaten ramen before, it's safe to assume that he's a reptilian in disguise. Japan knows what's up with ramen. It may be terribly unhealthy, but a good bowl of ramen? hits the spot. That's why on October 22nd, 2020 and January 4th, 2021, Nissin and the makers of Kaguya-sama Love is War came together and created a 2-episode series based off of ramen noodles. And to be quite honest, they're pretty okay. In general, Kaguya-sama Love is War is known for adding a lot of skits that don't relate to the actual story. So with these advertisements, it's nothing more than a funny skit that fits with Kaguya-sama's theme. It felt like I was treated with 6 minutes of new Kaguya content, so I won't actually talk about it here. If your lips are dry because you're thirsty for Kaguya content, then I'll have both episodes linked in the description. And while you're at it, tell them I sent you there. From Dragon Ball Z's Ford Fusion ad to the abundance of ramen commercials, bridging the gap between otaku culture and normal ads can procreate some of the weirdest advertisements. Honestly, the fact that anime has become the global superpower it has grown to be makes me happy and sad. Happy in a sense that anime is now seen as a platform worthy of promoting ads to the general populace, but also sad because it's seen as a cash grab from these producers because, well, money talks. But hey, what do I know? Well, that's about it for the video. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna watch the Attack on Titan gang battle titans with comically large forks.
This is the greatest thing I've seen. Dude, they're slicing titans with large forks. Whoever made this, I love you and I hate you at the same time.